Hey guys, I wanted to share one more thing along the same lines about the longitudinal lines and voyagers on the sea. It says here that the reason that they say that there is more space between the longitudinal lines in the southern than the northern is because of currents or something. That's their excuse. So it says here. So it says, Rowbotham explains, however, that currents could not possibly account for the navigation errors because the errors in the navigation were manifested regardless of whether ships were traveling east or west. The commander of the United States Exploring Expedition, Lieutenant Wilkes, in his narrative, says that in less than 18 hours he was 20 miles to east of his reckoning in latitude 54 degrees and 20. Forgive me, guys. I'm a novice at this and I don't know how to read these things. So, south. He gives other instances of the same phenomena, and in common with almost all other navigators and writers on the subject, attributes the differences between actual observation and theory to currents, the velocity of which at latitude 57 degrees 15 south amounted to 20 miles a day. The commanders of these various expeditions were, of course, with their education and belief in the Earth's rotundity, they were not able to conceive of any other cause for the differences between log and chronometer results than the existence of currents. But one simple fact is entirely fatal to such an explanation, that when the route taken is east or west, the same results are experienced. The water of the southern region cannot be running in two opposite directions at the same time, and hence, although various local and variable currents have been noticed, they cannot be shown to be the cause of the discrepancies so generally observed in high southern latitudes between time and log results. The conclusion is one of necessity, is forced upon us by the sum of the evidence collected that the degree of longitude in any given southern latitude are larger than the degrees of any latitude nearer to the northern center, thus proving the already more than sufficiently demonstrated fact that the earth is a plane, having a northern center, in relation to which degrees of latitude are concentric, and from which degrees of longitude are diverging lines continually increasing in their distance from each other as they are prolonged towards the great glacial southern circumference. It says, below is a map depicting the path of the sun. They would progress in their path from the Tropic of Cancer for the summer months in the north to the Tropic of Capricorn for the winter months in the north. So let me see here. Did I even have another spot? Okay, there's another map. So that's interesting. So I guess the world system tells us that because of the Earth's tilt is why, some places are warm at certain times and, how the weather changes. But if the sun circles and it moves between here and here, here and here and here, that explains why it would be cold here and cold down over here. And this is the equator. So yeah, that's why it's usually warm. So this is all interesting, guys. I find this all very interesting. And that's that map.